Welcome back folks, I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. We have brought you out on a run today. It is a beautiful blue sky day in Cornwall, but we are wrapped up. It is freezing out here today. So we're going to bring you along in a video and give you an update on what's going on the channel, things we've got planned for the channel. It's been a great start of the year for the channel, so let's get running, let's get warmed up and we'll tell you a bit more about it. So the thumbnail has probably given away the topic of this video. Hopefully this is going to be the longest run I've done, the first double figure run I've done since I tore my calf. So any of you new to the channel, back on the 20th of December, I was out filming a video. I should have listened to my body. I felt tight, I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And I pushed too hard and I've got a little slight tear on the outside of my right calf. It's been quite a long recovery back, to be honest. It's been tough, especially in lockdown, not having the help from my awesome sports physiotherapy Kate Skipper to help me in the recovery process. I've been doing a lot of the stuff myself, but hopefully today we'll get a nice double figured run in and the leg will feel okay. We've got a bit of tarmac to soak up first before we hit the stunning trails that we're heading for. I'm not going to stop long because it's a cold day. It's very rare for me to have gloves, a buff and a coat on while I'm out running. So let's get running and let's keep warm. So we brought you out on a slightly different route today. We've done a lot of running on the towns. The towns is beautiful, but we thought we'd show you some of the other amazing trails around Cornwall. So we're just heading along the estuary here, still pretty stunning views back to Hale, and we are heading for Lelant. Once we get to Lelant, we'll pick up the Cornish coast path at Lelant Church. We'll head on to the town. I think he watches the channel. So yeah, anyway. We'll head to the Lelant Church, we'll pick up the coast path at the Lelant Church. We're going to have a bimble along the Towns and along the coast path, heading towards St Ives. And we'll give you an update on what's going on the channel. Let's get on that trail. Another reason for coming out here is I'm running in the Innovate Terraultra G70. This has to be the most requested shoe on the channel for me to review, and finally we've got hold of a pair. Now I know when we get to that coast path there's some really muddy, boggy sections, so it's going to be a great test for the grip on this shoe. Everybody raves about this grip, so let's see what it can do. So we just picked up the trail at Lelant Church, but you've also got West Cornwall Golf Course along here. So if I run down here, you're actually on the golf course, and you can see back across to Hale there, all the new developments going on in Hale. My house is somewhere over there, but we are heading down to the coast path. We've got Godreevy Lighthouse in the distance there, so some stunning epic views on a day like today. But let's get to the coast path and then we can discuss how I've recovered from that calf tear, what I've been doing to get back to fitness, how that's been, the struggles I've had, but also we're going to answer some of the popular questions that we get asked on the channel. What a glorious day, amazing views, and let's show you some different sites of the trails we run around Cornwall. It is so good to be out on this beautiful section of Towns just after the Lelant there. It feels like ages since I've been out this way. When I used to live in St Ives, I used to run this section all the time. Since moving to Hale, I've spent a lot more time on the Hale Towns, obviously, because it's so beautiful and a great place to train. So it really has been a long road back when it comes to recovery. I think, if I'm honest, I probably came back too soon the first time round and tore my calf again, so I've probably torn it twice, to be fair. But I've been doing all the stuff we're supposed to do, you know. I've been doing lots of rolling and massage gunning before and after every run. I've been taping the injured area, and I think that's made a big difference. But I've also been doing a lot of strength work. I think the big positive to come out of all of this is the fact that I've got back to doing a lot more strength work, and I've been doing a bit of strength and conditioning probably every day for the last 5 weeks, and a good sort of 20-25 minutes as well, and I'm really starting to feel the benefits of it now. And if I'm honest, that was a section of my run training that had really become a bit slack. It's something I used to really focus on, especially building up to big races, and I just stopped doing a lot of it, and maybe that's why I picked up the injury in the first place. So definitely one of the big positives to come out of all of this is that I'm back doing strength and conditioning work, and that is a super important part of our run training. Like I said earlier in the video, we are testing out the Terraultra G70 from Inov at the moment. This is only my second run in the shoe, but it has been requested and recommended by so many viewers of the channel. And you know, a little secret between you and me, I'm not a big lover of Inov shoes, so I didn't know whether I'd get on with it. But I'm actually pretty surprised with the performance of the shoe so far. Only 2 runs in, but it's feeling pretty good. So I've showed you quite a lot of footage of the stunning Hale Towns, but maybe get them from a different angle today. Look at that view. How amazing is that? There's the gold, 3 miles of golden sandy beaches. That's the Towns. We've got a train going by. Let's wave at the train. There's probably no one on it, but let's wave anyway. No one on it. But look at that view. And then if we go this side, there's St Ives looking amazing in the sunshine. I know I keep showing you all these stunning views, but it really is an incredible place to live and run. Right, let's go and find some mud. I've forgotten how many steps there is out here. And it always stays pretty muddy and pretty boggy out here for quite a long time. Even though we haven't had a lot of rain for a while, it is drying out all right, but still boggy in places. Another great stretch of coast path to train on. Lots of big steps up and down constantly along here. So it's only a short section of coast path to St Ives, but it's really challenging. That's a tough climb. So a question that I get asked a lot at the moment on the channel, and I think this is from viewers that have been following the channel for some time, is am I still running in the Hoka Speedgoat 4s? I was a massive fan of the Speedgoat 3. I did thousands and thousands of miles in that shoe. It got me through lots of challenging long races, including UTMB 2018. But the answer to am I still running in the Hoka Speedgoat 4 is no. After doing the review and then getting into the Peregrines, which I really enjoyed running in, I haven't really gone back to the shoe since. The shoe just doesn't fit the same for my foot shape anymore in the Speedgoat 4 compared to the Speedgoat 3. Used to fit like a glove. I felt really dialed in, really connected to the trail under my foot. Unfortunately, with them adding a bit of volume to that midfoot, slightly wider toe box, I just feel a bit sloppy in the shoe now. The midsole still feels good. I still love the Vibram Mega Grip outsole, but I just don't get that hold in the shoe anymore. So on technical trail, it doesn't feel that connected, and I don't feel that stable in the shoe. So I was definitely disappointed by that, but really looking forward to the Speedgoat 5. Hopefully it will fit my foot shape and run and feel a bit more like the Speedgoat 3, fingers crossed. Yeah, it's not a bad view out on a run on a Monday morning, eh? Cold, brisk, a bit windy, but look how stunning this is. Oh dear. I never get bored with this. Always appreciate it, never take it for granted. Stunning place, man. We're just about to reach the turning point and still feeling good, so definitely on the road to recovery. is definitely a lot of steps out here. Let's have a sit down. Oh, whew. A little bit out of touch when it comes to big, deep Cornish steps. Look at the view though. Pretty good place to stop. So we've reached, what, 6.2 miles. So this is the turning point. Just going to take on some water and a bit of energy. I don't know whether you've come across these before. I've mentioned them on the channel a few times, but these are energy blocks from Run4Adventure. So little cubes, little energy blocks. Super tasty, really tasty, packed full of calories, but they also come wrapped in a palm leaf. So if you take this out of the plastic before you run, no rubbish, you just crumple that up and you can sprinkle it on the trail. I think a brilliant idea, and like I said, they are super tasty to eat. One of the tastiest sort of running nutritions I've ever had. It's like eating a solid food rather than a, you know, sugary gel consistency. It's solid, so you actually feel like you're getting some substance. Great for long runs. You know, I've been going over to these more on long runs than gels nowadays, so really glad I found these for a good friend of mine, Will. He recommended them and I've used them ever since. But definitely worth checking out, Run4Adventure energy blocks. Super tasty. Right, so we've had some water, we've had some energy. I don't want to sit around too long. The sun is quite deceptive. It's still bitterly cold. So let's get running, let's keep warm. But so far the run is going brilliantly. We're 6.2 miles in. We've had lots of ups and downs, lots of climbs, and the calf, touch wood, is holding on. So let's get running, let's keep warm, and let's head back to Hale. So the turning point was at Karud Bay, and if you follow the news and follow politics, you can see where my finger's pointing. That is the Karud Bay Hotel. Apparently that is where they're holding the G7 summit sometime this year. Still not fully convinced it's going to be held there. Tiny little hotel in a really tight cul-de-sac, nowhere for traffic to park. A bit of a weird location if you ask me, but there it is. That's where they're holding the G7 summit. Bit of politics on the channel there. Never thought we'd have that on Run4Adventure. So with this year rapidly flying by, the next thing we're going to be preparing for at the channel is the Grand Union Canal race. I mentioned it on the channel before. It is 145 miles from Birmingham to London following the Grand Union Canal. I have taken on this race before and had a disastrous time, so hopefully going to do a better job of it this year. So things that I learned from that first attempt were not to go off too quick. I definitely did that. I definitely went off too quick. I don't think I consumed enough calories along the way, and I definitely wasn't carrying enough water. I'm going to be self-supported in the race, so I'm just relying on the race support, and some of the checkpoints are sort of 16, 17, 18 miles apart, and I just didn't have enough water on me. And there was a couple of times in the race where both bottles were empty and I was super dehydrated. So over the next few months we're going to be working on pacing plans, that's for sure. We're going to be working on a nutritional plan for the race, and we're going to go through our kit for the race as well and make sure that we've got the capacity to carry maybe 1.5 litres of water, maybe 2 litres of water, just so we can get through to the checkpoints. Our plan is to obviously bring you some content along the way, guys, with the prep for the race, and then hopefully we're going to be allowed to film on race day as well, and we can bring you along for the experience. I'm really looking forward to the race. It's daunting, it scares me a little bit, but it's a race I've always wanted to finish, and I think I can do well there. And it's taken me 3 years to get back in to give it another go. So we're not stopping this time. We're going to get to that race line, fingers crossed, COVID allowing, and we're going to get this done and we're going to make it to London. So we've made it back to Hale. We've managed to get in a good 11.5 miles, and the calf feels fine. No issues, no niggles at all. So super, super positive. Definitely on the road to recovery. I managed to get in 31 miles last week. Hopefully we can get a few more miles in this week, but we're definitely moving in the right direction. First double-figured run for a long time, so really happy with that. As far as the shoes go, on the run today we've run on a big mix of terrain, so rocky, muddy. I had to do sort of 6 miles of tarmac to get to the trail and to get back from the trail, and the shoes have been really good. I've been really surprised. For all you eagle-eyed viewers and followers of the channel wondering why I'm running in a pair of blue Terraultras and the photos on Instagram were orange, they size up quite small, so the 9.5 was too small for me. I had to send them back and get a 10. The 10s fit like a glove really well, but I've been really surprised how these shoes have handled everything, to be honest. Not being a big fan of Innovate, I'm pretty impressed. It's definitely exciting times at the channel. We've had a great start to the new year, lots of new subscribers and lots of interaction with new viewers, and that's brought a lot of attention to the channel. So we've been contacted by a lot of brands over the last few weeks, which is awesome. It really helps the channel out, and we've got a lot of really cool, exciting running kit and shoes coming our way to test and review for you guys at home. We've also been working really hard behind the scenes on some new merchandise for the channel, so all you guys that have been after the multi-wraps and wondering when they'll be back in stock, we've got 3 new designs coming to the merchandise store very soon. We've also been working on a really cool new t-shirt and hoodie range for the channel, so again they'll be arriving in the merchandise shop really soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So really hope you enjoyed that little run out on the coast path from Lelant to St Ives. A beautiful but challenging little section of coast path. But for now guys, thanks for watching, thanks for all your amazing support. We'll see you on the channel soon, but as always, stay safe, keep on running.